Oh, we are live. Oh, yep, it's working. So I thought we were going to be real fancy tonight and live stream with like the actual camera we use, but I'm not that smart. So we're back on the computer audio, so hopefully you guys can hear us okay. Probably not. Hi. Actually, we might be able to use this microphone off this camera though. I've done that before.
How old are you?
How old do you guys think I am? I think the beard makes me look older.
Someone guessed it. Brandon thinks you're 50. Brandon's a butthead. 45, 29, 34. 25.
Is the audio any better now? 76. Jesus. So I'm 31. You're 19. We got married when you were 9. So we've been married 10 years.
You look a lot older than me.
So we are 2 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days apart. So we are basically the same. I told her on the way home I'll probably die first. And what did you say?
Say I don't like losing, so I'll go first. I like being first. It's a bit morbid.
Yeah, morbid conversation of the night. Again, sorry about the quality of video. I was hoping we could step that up, but here we are.
Did you do anything fun for your birthday?
So Friday night, my mother-in-law watched the kids. Kayla and I were going to go burn the town down, so we went to dinner and got home by 7:30 or 8. We were asleep by 11 because we're old. And then tonight we went out to dinner with BJ and his wife and kids and dad.
Yeah.
And our friends, the Morgans.
Who's older, you or BJ?
So BJ is 12 years older than I am.
Does it do?
To the day. This is BJ's birthday too. If you didn't know, we were both born on August 2nd. What?
Bob and Brenda like a certain day.
Apparently. Yeah, you're my camera, or you're my reading person. Are you going to the Ross County Fair? We will be at the Ross County Fair. So if you're going out to the Ross County Fair and you see us, stop and say hi.
How's your mom?
Mom is good, so hopefully go see her sometime this week. At least I will. I know Dad's going to for sure.
Did you take the cleaner on your birthday dinner?
Nope. It is still sitting in the hoop barn. So Ralph's Trucking, thanks for the donation. Thanks for the happy birthday. But oh yeah, I went to college with Travis Kenyon, and yeah, still have the same number of boys had. Someone asked, "How's any news on the shop?" So, not really. I don't know if anyone on here works for Morton Buildings, but I tried to get a price from Morton Buildings in March, and I still haven't got one. So, I mean, if you knew anyone that you could like prod, I don't know if they just don't really care about selling buildings at the moment or what, but we were pretty serious in March, and our seriousness is kind of waning, at least on a Morton building. We were in an 80 by 100 foot shop not too long ago, and Dad's like, "Well, this is big enough." So now we're kind of thinking maybe like an 80 by 120. Our problem is when we go 100 feet, the cost goes up substantially. So we did want a 100-foot clear span, but we might be settling for 80. I don't know. I can't. Here, I'm going to show you how much $31,000 of surgery gets you as far as mobility. You ready? That's it. The therapist said that's pretty normal. I still have to go to therapy. I have to go in the morning, actually. And she seems to think that we can get that to work again. I don't know. It's really frustrating trying to make your finger move and it not do anything.
How was our vacation?
How was it?
Fun.
Yeah, we had a good time. Came back tired. That's how you know it was a good trip.
Um, how's the house?
So we've been waiting on some stuff to get finalized for the house. It's still going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. What?
When you have an auction, is the old man for sale? My hot grandma is on the market.
That'll make Dad's day. Unless you're talking about George, that'll really make his day. When do you think the corn will be ready to go? Probably not for not for a couple, not for about 6 weeks.
Fur is on an animal. 4.
Mid to late September will be the earliest.
Get the air conditioner going.
Yes. Yep. 100% user error on my part. My filter was plugged and it made my air conditioner freeze, which ruined the motherboard.
Where can I get a hat like that?
Is that from Trevor? I don't know who said that, but this is a Trevor Bales hat. So Bales Hay Sales. Check him out. This is my going to town hat.
How bad did the bears scare us?
When we realized they weren't going to eat us, we got our cameras out and took pictures. But we were not expecting. I mean, we seen a bear at the cabin like a couple of days ago or days before that when we were unloading our stuff. I don't know about you, but I didn't expect to see one that close to the parking lot when there was just so many people in that immediate area. I didn't think there'd be any chance of even seeing a squirrel right there. So if you don't know what that person's talking about on my other channel, it's just called Brian Brown now. It might go back to after hours. But anyways, on that channel, we had a video where Kayla and I were on a hike and we got really close to a mother black bear and 3 cubs.
What auction happened on Saturday?
Saturday?
Yeah. Why were you not at the auction on Saturday?
I have no idea.
You didn't know there was an auction?
I don't. Kind of a vague statement. Cole said he is going to Farm Progress show. So we are also going to Farm Progress. Dad, my brother and I will be out there. I don't know if we'll be there all the day. I know we're going to be there at least the first 2. We might be there the last one. I'm not sure yet. I'm actually doing a thing on, I don't even know what time it is to even tell you guys, but doing something on the Farm Progress stage every day from a certain time to a certain time. Real specific.
With the Welkers.
I don't know the people said it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like if they said what time,
I don't.
at the same time.
Yeah. So there's a couple people on stage. I don't want to say who yet, just to make sure that they don't.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways,
How many hours did you put on the gleaner?
I think it has right around 50 now. So I think it had 8 or 9 when it got here. It's about 40. I know it has 50 because they did the first oil change on it. So we have gleaner care. So our dealer came out and changed the oil on it, which is kind of nifty. Happy birthday. Well, thank you.
Did you attend Farm Science Review?
Yeah, we usually go every year. I mean, we obviously missed last year due to the Rona. I'm sure we'll be there this year. So Kayla and I, our 10-year anniversary is this year in September, early September. So we're going on a trip for anniversary, and I'm pretty positive I'll be back Farm Science Review time. But if I'm not there, that's why. And no offense to you guys, but I'd much rather be alone with Mrs. Brown than at Farm Science Review.
What do you think? Can we get a crop update?
So our crops were looking pretty good. They were starting to hurt for some moisture, and then we got 1 inch and 2/10. When was that? Last Thursday. I believe it was last Thursday. We had a tornado warning. Luckily, we missed the tornado. We missed all the wind, and we just got a nice rain out of it. Everything looks good. Most of the stuff, I mean, as far as pollination, we're looking good. So like this week the high's supposed to be 80. It's supposed to get hot again next week, but all in all, we're shaping up for a good year. Beans, it's still early, so beans put on a lot of their yield in the month of August. So hopefully we can still get some rains, and we'll have a good bean crop.
Could you do a video on the Duramax in Colorado?
That could be something for the other channel. I mean, if you don't know, the little black Colorado pickup, it has a Duramax in it, and yeah, like it quite a bit.
Any peanuts or watermelon being grown up there?
No, none that I'm aware of.
How'd the Gleaner perform?
It exceeded my expectations. I think a lot of the Kloss combine. I've always thought that they were one of the best combines in the market, and I still do. I thought that the Gleaner I thought it would be close to compatible with the Gleaner or with the Kloss and wheat, and it actually did better than the Kloss. So I was very happy.
Happy birthday dinner on me, Richter Farms.
Thank you for the donation. Actually, birthday was on Dad, but we appreciate it. So Dad did take me and BJ to the steakhouse for dinner.
You get your silver play button from YouTube.
I did. So I got my play button. What was that, like May? I think.
Like forever after you applied.
Yeah, it did take a long time. So with YouTube, if you've never really ventured into making YouTube content, like there's no one you can call. Whenever I started, I had no idea what I was doing. Like I knew you had to have 1,000 subscribers and so many hours of watched videos before you could get paid. But when I passed those thresholds, I just thought I would start getting paid naively. So like there's no like handbook on what to do. And same way with the play button, like you have to kind of do some digging to figure out how to get that. We did get it. It's sitting in a box in the office. Don't even have it hung up. So in the new house, I'm going to have space over top of our garage, and that's going to be like the YouTube editing studios, like where we'll do this kind of stuff, and I'll have all that stuff displayed there. Kind of the plan.
How old is your dad?
The dad is 71. He is 40 years older than I am. Greatest mistake of his life. The greatest accident of his life.
What's George been up to?
So I haven't seen George probably in 2 or 3 weeks now, but I talked to him. We'll be camping beside him all next week at the county fair. He's our camping buddy. I don't think he's really been into a whole lot. Just kind of taking it easy. He mows when he wants, plays around when he wants, fiddles on stuff. He stays busy.
Ranger found your videos looking for GMRS info.
Yeah, so that he's talking about our Midland radios. So when I first started the channel, I did a couple video reviews on the Midlands. So great. Hope they're holding up good for you. The Midlands that were in that video, we're still using the same ones. I was kind of skeptical how well they'd hold up, but that was in 2018. I think we've replaced like 2. You're going to Farm Progress. We'll be there. We'll be camping in the parking lot, so I'll be there the whole time.
Strictly camping in the parking lot?
Yeah, so you camp there. You just park in the parking lot.
There's like no hookups or anything?
Generator City.
How do you get water?
Take it with you.
You're not supposed to drive with water in the water tank.
All right. How do you like the hoop barn? Would you do it over again or go to a pole barn? So when we bought our hoop barn or hoop building, we bought it on 2020 pricing. And when we were like, it was a leftover barn that company had, and we were pricing a pole barn that was on 2021 pricing. So it was it was about twice as big and half the cost. So our fertilizer shed was originally going to be like a 50 by 60 pole barn. And we ended up putting up a 60 by 120 hoop barn for half the price. We absolutely love it. I would 100% do it again. I mean, assuming the canvas holds up, there is a 15-year warranty on it. So, yeah, I would 100% do it again. In fact, we've kind of been pricing another one. Don't know how well that's going to go, or if we'll do anything. Don't know how much prices have went up. But based on where fertilizer prices are now, we could easily pay for another barn, or we could easily pay for a barn. Let me think here. Our barn will easily pay for itself this year. Is my prediction, because we're going to be buying fertilizer early this year. Hello from Canada, eh?
Go like straight into the mocking. So rude.
Sorry, it's my birthday. How's the hand? It's there. It is nice to not, like, I can eat with my left hand and get my shovel in hand. I build hoop buildings. Yeah, I have no experience building them, but did watch a bunch of Amish guys build one. Yeah, we're usually good at bed early. So.
Will you be going back to the Smoky Mountains?
Sometime. I mean, that we go back next year. If we do, it'll be like a quick trip or something, just on the weekends. But let's say for our family vacation with the in-laws, we'll probably be going back to the beaches, my guess. They're beach goers.
Do you have problems with the fertilizer absorbing moisture?
Yeah, a little bit.
Elaborate.
I was reading the comment as I was going up, but yeah, so the first concrete pad that we poured in the hoop barn, we didn't seal. That was a big whoopsies on our part, and yeah, it would soak up some moisture. I don't think, like, for long-term storage, like, we may have some fertilizer gets wet. I don't think it's going to be enough to really matter. The stuff in the middle will be fine, and stuff that gets wet, we'll just run through the dry spreader. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, we're actually finishing concreting that building this month. All of it's going to be sealed, so hopefully that'll help a little bit. But it also does draw moisture just from the humidity.
What was the first combine that the Brown family bought?
The very first combine, Dad could tell you the exact number, but I do know it was a Gleaner, and it was in 1966. So whatever a new Gleaner would have been, whatever model, I want to say K or L, but I could be completely off there. I know that Dad has been the only combine operator ever on this farm, or the main combine operator. He said that when they bought it, my grandpa didn't want to run it, and Dad was a sophomore in high school, I believe he said. So Grandpa would wait for Dad to get out of school. Dad would come home and combine all day. So Dad's been combining since he was 16.
Okay, so Buster the cockatoo has his own social media, and he's really funny to watch. And he tells whoppers just like that. And they're sending that a birthday gift in the mail. Thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
How do you set up auto steer in the grain cart?
So I'm assuming you're talking about the auto steer system we use with ag leaders. That's called Cart Ace. Basically, the Cart Ace system, it's syncing with the combine. So based on how wide our swath pattern is in the combine, it is setting a B line to keep it, like, to keep the grain cart so many feet away from the combine. That's kind of how it works.
David Ruff Jr., happy birthday.
Thank you for the donation, David. Appreciate it.
Time for bed only. And Rachel, I agree.
Rachel, I thought you guys were still at the steakhouse.
What drink did the BJ have tonight?
BJ and I both had a margarita. It's her birthday.
I had a hurricane.
I think it was like a hurricane margarita or something. His was pink, though. So, like, we were both drinking girly drinks, but his was pink.
BJ needs to do more Bob impressions.
And, yeah. He's turning into Dad slowly but surely. Like, if you look at Dad's senior pictures and BJ's senior pictures, spitting image. What's the Rock Source top speed? So they will run however fast the gearing will allow. So mine will run about 72. Before I change the gearing out, it would run like 80, 2 or 3. I don't know, something like that.
Do your kids have any animals at the fair?
Nope, not this year. So Emmy will be old enough next year. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I always forget.
Yeah, we don't even have them
Always
in
forget.
Clover Buds or anything.
I always like intend on letting them take like a
Project.
yeah, like a gardening or a baking project. Always forget. Nothing better than a good cup of coffee. Well, there's a whole lot of things better than coffee.
I disagree. Drink?
We were going to town today, and Brian spilled his coffee all over me, and I had a wet butt and wet pants. A big brown stain on the back of my butt.
This was at like 5 o'clock this afternoon. We had to make an emergency trip to TJ Maxx. She was just so burned up about that, I'm sure.
Had to buy dry everything.
Any demos coming this fall? So I don't know. Not sure yet. We'll see.
Were we nervous about the bear?
Were you nervous? Felt like
No. I mean, yeah, but no. It was very, I think I don't know. It's more of a shock. I guess. Wasn't really scared.
kind of an adrenaline rush.
Does your dad ever plan on retiring?
I would say he'll farm as long as he's able to. I mean, if he ever wants to retire, I don't care. But, he loves what he does, so I don't know. As long as he's able to, I'm sure he will do something on the farm. So far, he still works as hard as anybody else I know.
Does BJ miss stripping?
I believe so. Yeah, he just has that look in his eye. Any final conclusions on those openers in the bean planter? No, not really. I think if we were to keep that planter and completely rebuild it with different openers, so at the end we started buying openers from, I think Wear Parts is the name of the company. I think if we were to use their openers and completely rebuild the planter, we'd have no more opener issues. The bearing in those openers it's one solid piece, just like the old 1240 had, and it seemed to be heavier. But we don't own that planter anymore, so I don't care. Whoever gets that planter, I would recommend putting new openers on it.
Have you ever played Farming Simulator?
No, but the only video game we ever play is every now and then we will hook up the old PS3 and play Nazi Zombies. Old Call of Duty.
How was your hand again?
Good.
It was stuck like this for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
When we went on vacation and we were swimming in the pool, Brian was.
They told me not to submerge it, so I'm just sitting here bobbing around with my hand like this. Just felt like an idiot, more so than normal.
It looked like one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was BJ always afraid of heights?
Oddly enough, he wasn't afraid of heights until he started working here. Very odd to me.
Get rid of that.
Kayla's trying to exit off the live stream.
Is that planner coming up to?
I'm not sure where that dealership is, but it is going to Northern Ohio. So I believe it is going there, but I'm not 100% sure. Border View Farms. Which dealer is in Napoleon? Did you see anything interesting on vacation? If you're talking about the boobies, and not her boobies, strange boobies, and it was not at a club of any kind. Yes.
We saw the bear, and then we saw a woman slip or fall and bust her face off a rock.
Well, we got to back up. We seen the bear on a hiking trip to go look at a waterfall. That's where all this happened.
It was raining and slippery and miserable. So we saw the bear, then it starts raining, and then a woman slips and falls and hits her face.
teeth bit the bumper.
Like her cheek and eye, and it was.
She did good.
And then we saw like 4 people tripping to take naked pictures next to this trail in this creek.
We were walking down this mountain trail, and I look up, and like 200 yards down, I thought I seen a dude because this person was standing facing away from me, and I could see like long blonde hair and a ponytail, and like khaki shorts, but they looked like dude shorts.
She didn't have on shorts. That was her skin color.
She wasn't naked.
She had on underwear.
Whatever. Either way, I thought it was a man. And then this woman lifted her arms up and was doing this, and when she did, whoop, I was like, oh, those are her boobs. Sure enough. There they were.
How am I and our offspring doing?
You're doing good.
Doing good.
Do you feel safe?
Dax is doing football.
Yes.
And Emmy just finished summer softball. And now we're going into fall softball.
Lots of busyness. Lots of running around. Can't believe I looked. Geez, there was nowhere else to look. I mean, you couldn't have missed them things.
They tried to cover up with white t-shirts.
Yeah, like
pouring down rain.
We're walking down, and I see like when they notice us, like 20 seconds later, they start panicking and putting on the shirts. I'm like, this woman just put on a white wife beater t-shirt, like a undershirt. Yeah, that's doing a lot.
A little ways down the trail, we saw like a mom, dad, and 2 little kids. And I was like, hey, make some noise so your kids don't see naked body parts when you go up there. And the dad was like, oh.
The mom looked pissed.
Yeah.
Good times. You guys are going to wait till lumber prices go down before you build. So just like the way everything's shaping out, by the time we get to that point, I think they're already going to be down. So our builder said they're going down now. And realistically, we're probably a month and a half away from building, would be my guess at least. I told him I did not want the house to be finished in October. So I would say it'll be at least December. My guess, probably January.
PJ, your only sibling.
He is. Yep. That Emmy wants to have Christmas in this house one more time. She told me that like in March, and I thought probably not. But you know, now it might happen.
Happy birthday from the Netherlands.
Well, thank you.
You still drink Black Rifle coffee?
I did, and then I just quit ordering it. I like their coffee, but to be real honest, I'm not a coffee snob. I can't tell the difference between Black Rifle, Folgers, or Maxwell. So I like Black Rifle. I like what that company stands for. But yeah, this is Maxwell House. Okay, let's read some comments here.
Have you ever thought of going to the World Farm Show in California?
I think that's the same time as Farm Progress Show, if I'm not mistaken. It's the same time as one of the big shows. Maybe sometime, to be completely honest with you, a company would probably have to ask me to come out there and pay my way because I could drive the Farm Progress Show. It's more geared towards like the kind of farming I'm doing, and I really like that show.
Happy birthday, Jacob. Birthday was today too.
It's a good day to have a birthday.
Are you going to the National Farm Machinery Show that's a mouthful. National Farm Machinery Show in December?
Now, we always go to Farm Machinery Show, but it's always Valentine's Day. So I don't know if they changed the day just because of COVID or something. I don't know.
Did you get any cake?
No.
Just a steak.
Yep. Thanks for the $1 donation, James. And the guy that says Black Rifle is political, like, I don't know. I don't care. Okay. Careless.
Drinking coffee.
Yep.
Have you ever been to Tennessee?
Just get back from Tennessee.
Are you still doing any free gun competitions in spare time?
So I did like 2, and I really enjoyed it. And then we had another kid. So
now we do football and softball
yeah,
and gymnastics and
yep.
story time in the park.
I mean, I really enjoy the pew pews. I really like competing in those kind of competitions. I'm hoping to get back into cowboy shooting as Dax gets a little older than me. Right now, neither one of them are mature enough to where I want to take them to a match. But maybe at some point, it's something that we can all do as a family. I don't know. I doubt she'll ever do it, but I think Dax would be all about it. He likes the cowboy lifestyle. But right now, he's all about building weapons. That's what he keeps telling me. He likes to sharpen sticks, turn them into spears. He informed us on a golf cart ride today that he wanted to go fight a dad deer.
Yeah, because we saw a fawn. I don't know if it was a fawn. It was a deer and it still had the spots on it.
That's a fun.
I didn't know what the other. And then we saw like 2 more deer. He decided he needs to fight a dad deer just to prove to himself how strong he is. Little weirdo.
Gotta say, I respect his attitude.
Have you ever been a cow farmer?
So we had cattle until 1999. So I was only 9 years old then. There was always cattle here. Like my cousins kept cattle in the pasture field when they lived in this house, and we always had calves for 4-H. So I haven't been like in production livestock since the 90s, but I've been around cattle a lot. I've been around them enough to know that my favorite cows and steers and all types of cattle reside in my freezer, and that's where I would assume they stay. In other words, I have no desire to get back into cattle. Dark County. There's some people in Dark County.
Lucas wants to say goodbye. He's from Illinois.
Yep. See, Lucas, just in Illinois not long ago.
Do you ever use funk seed?
I believe it does. Nope, never heard of that one. Always loved jerseys. The pew pews make the deer fight a lot easier. Yeah. What's your opinion on what's going on at Clarkson Farms? I haven't seen. I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos anymore, and I have no idea what's going on. So if you want to fill me in, I don't know. My wife wants to go to Gatlinburg. Is it worth it? So if Gatlinburg didn't have, in my opinion, it's like trying to cram 50,000 people in a town that can hold 1,000. It's just so crowded. When we were written that side by side.
Maybe if you go in like an off-season time, it'd be fine.
Yeah, like if you want to do anything in town, or even in the park right around Gatlinburg, it's just gonna be crowded.
There's lots of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Lots of places like eat and whatever. It's just crowded.
So there's like 4 different like kind of vacations you could have. Like if you want to go there to hike and see the Smoky Mountains, you could spend the whole week in the mountains and have a great time. If you wanted to go there and ride go-karts and watch plays and dinner shows, you could spend the whole week doing that and have a good time. If you want to go there and just shop, you could have a good time. If you just wanted to sit in a cabin, you could have a good time. But either way, there's just a lot of people. So like when we were in Gatlinburg, to drive 2 miles from one end of Gatlinburg or one end of the town to the other in the pouring rain in the side-by-side, it took us about 20 to 30 minutes. There's just people everywhere, even in the rain.
Are you still in contact with other farm YouTubers?
There's a group of guys that I talk to somewhat regular. Most of them are the ones that kind of started about the same time I did. I don't know a lot of the younger or newer channels that have started, but yeah, I mean, I've formed some friendships. I talk to some of them guys more than I do people that I live right down the road from that I know.
What is your favorite machine on your farm?
Favorite machine? Ooh, I assume you mean like farm machinery. Well, I mean, it could be like a vehicle. I mean, I don't know. My favorite one, So the Gleaner is still awful new to call it my favorite. It's quickly getting there, but I mean, I don't know. Probably, we'll just go with the Combine.
You are cool.
I know.
You for sure meant farm machine. I can't believe he has to clarify that.
Well, I was going to say a Camaro, but that's not a farm machine. I will be at Farm Science most likely. Do you know Mike Mitchell? Would you ever go visit his farm? So I met Mike at the 2020 Farm Machinery Show, I believe. And yeah, I would love to go visit Mike, but I mean, the border's kind of close, so I don't know if that's even doable.
Do you watch Kip Silver? I don't know how to say it.
Not really. And it's nothing against him. I just don't watch a lot of farm YouTube anymore.
Ryan is also a year older today. Happy birthday.
Who's older? I'm older than BJ. Yeah, BJ's 12 years older than I am. Any dirt tracks in your area? There's actually a pretty big one. One of the first conversations I ever had with the millennial farmer, he recognized the name of the town I live in because of the dirt track. So, well, it's been called KC and it's been called Atomic. I think it's under the name Atomic now, but it's a 3/8 mile dirt track just outside town. We had a good time in the Smokies. Just a lot of people. You're going to get more drone footage of the baby nuts. So I haven't been using the drone much just because of the hand. I think I'll be able to use it now. I really wanted to get some drone footage of the Gleaner. It just didn't happen. Hey, cute wife.
I've seen that.
What did you trade the case planner for? So you guys can all guess, and I'll tell you when it gets here.
Another.
Or is it?
I have no idea. You know what races?
So I haven't been to KC or Atomic, whatever you want to call it, in a long time. Like probably 15 years.
Very loud, very muddy.
I wouldn't mind going. I never even think about it, really. Yeah, I don't think you'd like it.
I've been there before.
Did you like it? Did you like it? Oh. Maybe we should go. But another John Deere, but maybe not. You should get a John Deere tractor. Maybe sometime.
I'm saying 31 minutes.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up, and Mrs. Brown says 3 minutes. So.
What drum do you use?
So I use a DJI Mavic Pro 2, I believe.
Still no concerns about privacy with being public.
What do you mean?
People coming to our house or whatever.
I mean, I don't want people just showing up at the house or anything, but I don't know. I guess it would depend on it's specific to that conversation. What it's talking about. So, like, we share a lot of information on YouTube that we never used to, but
we also don't share a lot of stuff.
it's just true. As long as I listen to you, I'll make it to 32.
Kids, people showing up, etc.
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of a safety concern there.
People like walk up to us in Walmart and say hi, and that's fine. Just don't want people coming to the house.
Yeah, it's just not something that we're real cool with there. I mean, we'll talk to anybody, like if we meet you in public or whatever, but just showing up cold turkey at the house, it's not cool. So we had an incident last harvest with someone that did that, and I mean, it just wasn't like we had to stop what we were doing to basically tell this guy, hey, this ain't cool. The place that he showed up at, we don't even own. So that was kind of like hey, this is a landlord's farm. Like, I don't want them to feel uncomfortable, that kind of thing. At the end of the day, no one got hurt, but it's not something that we were real comfortable with there. Yep, she's giving me that look like she's going to fall asleep. So when I was a kid, Dad was farming 4,500 acres. And I don't know how they did it because they had smaller equipment and we did more tillage then. And I assume that's why I didn't see him a whole lot. But, yep, I think we're going to go ahead and call her quits for the night, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I should have some YouTube footage coming up here soon. It's been kind of dead around here, just really slow, and we've been on vacation. So you guys might get to watch me mow the yard in the next video. Yeah, I'm not joking. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.